So welcome back. We're actually near a place near Roanoke, Virginia. There's a couple trails up here that are actually really nice, and a couple camping spots that are actually really nice too. So kind of easy driving, not too bad. Nothing really major. I think there's maybe one that's rated a 4. I think it's called Broad River. I may post an Onyx map here in just a second and let you see what it looks like. But we're gonna drive that one today. I think the rivers will be down though, so it shouldn't be too bad to actually drive. Got a late start yesterday. We had to come up a bit earlier. Had a little bit of a mess with the brakes. I was gonna do the front brakes on the truck, and I did the front brakes, and I was gonna do the rotors too. Got the driver's side one done. The passenger side one, I will say there is a T30 Torx bit, which is the worst design ever, to be honest. Tried to remove it and it actually stripped, so I got to figure that out. I had a little bit of a shimmy out of the front. I thought it was the front, which it actually ended up being. It seems to be fixed right now, so I may just run with it for a bit until it starts shimmying again, and then just replace them again at the same time, because I'm going to actually probably drill out that T30 Torx bit. There's no other way to get it out. The metal's just really thin, or really easy to shear. I don't know if there's another bolt that can be replaced or replace that, because I say it's going to happen on the driver's side too, because it's just not a good design. But anyways, it does seem a lot better. But today we're just going to drive on these roads and go back and camp at the same spot that we did last night. I probably had some video up before this little snippet of what that looked like. So I appreciate you all tuning in. I hope you all enjoy your adventure. It's a little bit warm. It's supposed to be 90 degrees today. Maybe it's 60 at night, which is a lot nicer than at least during the daytime. But let's see what this road's like. So we made it to Fenwick Mines Road. We're gonna air down right quick and then get on our way. It's supposed to be a really good views up here. There's supposed to be some really nice mountain views, and that's what we're hoping to see. It's supposed to be some good camping spots, but honestly, I just didn't want to move the stuff, to actually just move to one different place today. But there's one other, like I said, one other road. It's a rated a 4. This one I think is rated a 3. We're just gonna try this one out first, then we'll try the 4 out next. 9. That was Fenwick Mines Road. It was a little bit long, but not too bad. There were some beautiful, gorgeous views up top. It's really, really high, so not really sure the altitude, but I will say it's a pretty steep climb. Really, really rocky. If you don't have a good tire, good all-terrain tire, I would probably recommend not doing that one, especially if you have a street tire. Clearance-wise, it's not horrible, but it's just more so just the rockiness. I don't know the type of rocks you would call that, but it's just, that's the only part. A lot of mud puddles there at the end. That was really fun. The downhill section, it's a little bit, rough, of course, just because of the rocks. It's not an in and out trail. It's actually, it connects, so that's a good thing. But we're gonna go to Broad River Run, I believe is what it's called if time allows. But first, gotta get some gas, and we'll go from there. So let's see what time gets us, what we can do with our time. Go get some gas, and then see how Broad River Run is. This one's actually rated a 4. It's dried up. Just across?
Hmm?
Yeah, it's dried up, isn't it?
Over here, at least. May not be the whole way.
Well, guys, I think this river is dried up right here anyway, so let's see if there's any more. It's supposed to be quite a bit of water, but there's not been a lot of rain here recently. Please don't get there. I know. Okay. Well, oh, that's right, because they haven't all reset yet. And I lowered them pretty. Yeah. All right, guys. Here's a water crossing. I think that we can get across it. Yeah, I'm just gonna ease on down into it. That's not deep, is it? They hadn't all reset yet. And that one was the first one I guess that. Yeah. Let's see on this one. That one's a little technical. Getting out of it. You think? To the left? What, clear that rock up top? What do you think? How?
Yeah. Or you can go all the way. I think stay up on this one.
Which?
On the flat one, leave the middle one, and come up on this other side.
Go over to the left, like full left?
Well, you can do that too.
Yeah.
That's my video up, but no, it's okay. I was trying to look, and I was like...
I was just trying to see what... Because I didn't know that one study...
Yeah. I think you would have been fine.
I probably would have. Again, it's just one of those things. So, getting ready to cross a pretty good sized river crossing. We'll see how it goes. That's pretty, that one rock. That's all I'm worried about. Trying to think about it. Yeah. So that was Broad Run Road. I think we're about to the end, getting close to it anyways. Might have a little bit more left. I don't know if the camera caught all of it, the outside one, but I do have the wolf box, so I might put some footage in from it. The river crossing, it was a lot higher than what I anticipated. It was probably even higher than the several river crossings in Caney Creek. But the Colorado done fine. There was no issues. It's doing perfectly fine. I say it's probably about the max I could take this thing through and be comfortable, until I'm able to actually maybe get a snorkel or something later on at some point. But I will catch y'all back here in just a little bit, and we'll see how the truck goes, or if there's any more left in this Broad Run Road, and see if there's any more river crossings or anything else interesting along the way. So no, of course not. There wasn't an air compressor in the middle of the road. Etenwolf had reached out to me a few weeks ago and asked me to review their Etenwolf Vortex S7 air compressor. And I like giving honest reviews, and I can honestly say that this air compressor was very impressive. It's very portable, it's very quick to use, so I just wanted to include this clip in this video. The nice place about this location is it feels like you're so far away from civilization, but you're so close to Roanoke. It's a gorgeous area. Right now it's sunset. As you look down here, you can see Patterson Creek Road, where we're camping. You can see as the road winds in and out in the valley. Just enjoy this view as we actually head back to camp. We arrived back at camp. I wanted to include this clip of this portable hot water heater because it's one of the most convenient things you could purchase for your camp, hands down. Next day, and we're actually getting ready to head back to the house, head back home. Wanted to drive a couple more trails just to check out and see if there's any more camping spots on Patterson Creek, which is actually where we camped at the last two days. There's actually a couple camping spots, which I may show you in the video. And now we're actually on Oy Creek, because actually Patterson Creek is a pass-through. You can actually, it's not in and out. So this is a 2. The creeks creek crossings are pretty dry. So it'd be a little bit more fun if it actually had some water in them, and it'd be a little bit more technical, but they're just really, really dry. There's a couple that are a little bit more difficult. High clearance 4x4. You know, you don't really need 4x4, but just something high clearance should be all right. But this one's actually Oy Road, and we'll connect back to the highway after this, or just a state road, and then get back on the interstate near Roanoke. So I'll touch base whenever we get ready to head back to the house, give you my thoughts about the whole trip. But, you know, I was wanting to kind of just let y'all know, some of the video clips I'm going to show in here is it is sponsored in the sense of Etenwolf was actually really nice. This one company sent out an air compressor, and I just wanted to test it throughout the video. And I will say, actually, it's probably one of the better air compressors I've actually really tested, especially for, you know, off-roading purposes and camping. Because I was able to charge up the drone, I charged up the camera, I've charged up a couple other things. I think I charged my phone a little bit, and I've aired up twice from about 25 PSI all the way up to 38 PSI. And it's pretty quick, so I would actually recommend that air compressor pretty highly. And I mean, I think it's the S7, it's Etenwolf S7. They have an S6, but the S7 is the newest one, and it's a little bit more heavy duty, from my understanding. But I mean, speed-wise, durability, the use purpose is it actually has a flashlight. It has a pump where you can actually decompress and actually inflate, I guess, like if you're doing like an inflatable tin or anything like that, you know, or, you know, deflating a tin or deflating, if you need help deflating something. But anyways, the Etenwolf air compressor is very, very handy. I think it's $200. Now again, I'll leave a link in the description where you can pick that up. But we'll touch base here in a minute when we're heading back home, get on the interstate.
There.
Go on. Yep, thank you. Look at him, he's big. Hello, snake. Huh? He's black. He's a big old black snake. Where's he on? So about 8-9 miles back from the house, and long trip, good trip though. That last trail ended up about 20-25 miles back from Roanoke. Truck done good, right at 29,000 miles now. But honestly though, all the water crossings and all the trails and everything, couldn't ask for for any more, honestly. I mean, the truck, there's no problems. But the next video I'll be doing, hopefully, will be most likely will be an install on the Amazon amplifier, the Amazon subwoofer. That'll be probably about a week or so out from this one. I know it's been a little while since I have posted. Once you've seen this one, it's probably been about a week and a half. Just been busy. Still planning to continue to make videos, but as I've always mentioned, if y'all have anything that you all would like to see or any ideas, of course, post it up or just mention it. There is going to be some more trail drives, coming up, more camping trips, hopefully. But again, thank you all for being very supportive. I appreciate it. Thank you all, and until next time, bye.